Hi guys, how are you? I'm Celia, and this video is just all about who I am, what I do, how I got started. So a lot of people tend to think that I'm a publicist. No, I'm not a publicist. I think because I'm always around a lot of celebrities, they think I'm a publicist. I'm not. I'm a journalist, and I graduated from Brooklyn College with a degree in television and radio. I didn't go right into my career. I worked at all kind of different companies, doing everything but what I really wanted to do. Okay. It wasn't until 2015 that I took the leap of faith, and I reached out to. I took a leap of faith, and I reached out to this company that I knew the owner, and I'm like, hey, do you guys need a red carpet host? He's like, what the heck is that? And I'm like, it's, someone who goes out and they cover red carpets, and I know that you guys don't have one right now, and I can do that for you. You guys are missing out on tons of revenue because you don't have a red carpet host. And they're like, okay, cool, whatever. If you think that it's going to help our company, sure. So I got the job. My first award show was the 2015 MTV Music Awards in LA, which was so much fun. And it's just been a wrap ever since, okay? So currently I work at TMZ. Yes, the show that comes on Fox where we chase celebrities down. That's me. That's what I do. I'm in the New York market, so anything coming out of New York is my work. I've been there for about 14 months now. I started January 2022. And honestly, I'm just proud to say that any job I've had in this field, I've kind of pitched myself. I've got my own self hired. I didn't have anyone giving me a major hookup or anything. I always had to sell them on why I would be a good candidate. So how I got with TMZ. Is this my man? It is my man. Hold on, guys. He's gonna hop in. All right, so I'm back. He's driving. Anyway, so how I got started. So I'm gonna take off my sneakers. I don't know why when I'm not driving I take off my sneakers. It's so weird. Anyway, but yeah, whenever I got a position, it was because I pitched myself. It wasn't like they were like, oh, you're so talented, let's hire you. Yeah, no, that's never been my life story. So how I got with TMZ, people always ask me, how did I get with TMZ? So after I worked with All Hip Hop for 5 years, so I gotta tell you guys a little secret. I worked many years for free. I have a degree in television and radio, so I was always able to get some kind of job. Of course, not in my field, but I would get a job, make money, and then do red carpets on the side for free. No one ever believes me, but yeah, I did it. All right, so back to the story. So All Hip Hop, I worked with All Hip Hop for free for so many years. I went to work during the day, did red carpets at night. I tried to negotiate pay for myself for so many years. They never wanted to pay me. I have no hard feelings. I have nothing bad to say. I'm never going to get into that. There actually are some people who did get paid and I found out, and I was sad, but I realized that their journey wasn't my journey, and that's just sad. That's all I gotta say about that. Moving forward, after All Hip Hop, I worked with Rap TV, which at the time had 5 million followers. So I was able to kind of get on a lot of carpets because I knew that I could take that content and then put it on their platform. I mean, an average video for me would get freaking 500,000 views. So it worked out with them. Moving forward, how I got with TMZ. So quarantine happened. Right before quarantine, I was working at a restaurant, which was my day job, because I needed more flexibility, and I had spent so much time kind of working at companies that needed a lot of my time. So the restaurant was perfect. I worked at a Michelin star restaurant, Alto Paradiso, on Spring Street in the city. All the celebrities used to stop there. It was popping. Anyway, worked there, and January 2020. So we're driving. You guys are probably like, what in the hell? I just want to get this story to you guys because this is a really important story for me. So anywho, 2020, January 2020, I was getting really emotional. I was having all kind of thoughts on where is it that I want to be? Like, why isn't this happening for me? I'm getting emotional even talking about it. But what I decided was I was going to move to LA June 2020. Started writing down all these things, what kind of job I want, where do I want to live? I looked up apartments. I found an apartment. I found where I was going to live. How was I going to get a car? I found that. I pretty much did everything to move to LA. And March 13th, I believe, was the last day at the restaurant, and we all got furloughed. So yeah, I was furloughed. I wasn't sad. I was happy. But then it kind of was like, all right, what's next? I really didn't think about going to LA anymore because it was COVID and it was all kind of, things going on. We didn't really know what was happening. But I knew I didn't want to ever go back to a regular job. And my goal was to make my day job my dream job, if that makes sense. So, right when COVID happened, all these companies were kind of desperate because, there were no red carpets, there were no premieres, and they were desperate for eyeballs, honey. And Celia started getting phone calls. So right after I was furloughed, that spring, summer, I worked with Hulu, I worked with Netflix, I worked with Stars, HBO. Like anybody who had a show was calling me. Anyone who had something new or needed interviews was calling me. And I was able to do all these great interviews that I would not have normally been able to do if it were not, COVID. So my resume is booming. My content is booming. I'm getting out there. I'm actually taking clients. I'm helping a lot of my rapper friends and people I know who are in the industry who couldn't go on tour, make money other ways. It was popping, okay? Life was good. Long story short, fast forward, COVID's over or coming to a close. And I'm like, damn, do I want to just stay home or do I want to try my hand? Because I've got all this great new content. I even shot a pilot, FYI. I got flown out by this company. I shot a whole pilot, which was never to be seen again. I don't know. Maybe they'll release it. Nothing happened with it. Anyway, long story short, I started to apply for jobs. I also took a lot of classes. The way I was applying for jobs was all wrong. And I actually took a class with a young lady who has a group on Facebook. Jot this down. It's called Host in LA, where they not only talk about what jobs are out there, who's hiring. They also tell you what's new as hosts. What are they looking for? What are they looking to hire, so that you're not kind of like floating around and not knowing what to do. Took a course with her. The course was life-changing. From there, I started applying. I was getting callback after callback, but still not a job. Found out that TMZ was hiring. Applied to TMZ, and 1 second, guys.
I'm gonna have to go back in.
All right, guys. So we're driving. He's trying to do his thing. I'm trying to get the story out right quick. Anywho, TMZ. Applied for TMZ. I had applied for pretty much every damn body. Was getting callbacks, no hire yet. Found out that the lady who worked at TMZ, I tracked her down. Well, basically, I was applying for jobs on LinkedIn mostly. And I like LinkedIn because it tells you where your application is. It tells you if the person viewed your application, if they downloaded it, if they're going to go to the next step with you. I like that. I was like, people kept looking at it. They kept downloading it. I kept getting phone calls. I was getting callbacks. Nothing. Apply for TMZ December something. I don't know. 2021. Followed up with a nice email. So you apply, then you find the email of the hiring manager, send them an email directly with your stuff. That's what I did. And then she hit me back and was like, hey, I'm on vacation. When I get back, give me a call. Child, I put it in my calendar, and the minute she came back, that phone rang like, girl, call TMZ. Anyway, sent an email to her. She set up an interview with me, and this is when I knew I was kind of overqualified. She was name dropping people, and I'm like, girl, I got them in my phone, like on dial. Like, I could, after years of being in this industry, I realized how much I actually know and who I really know. Long story short, but I needed TMZ because I needed that name on my resume, and now I have it. But went back and forth with her. I nailed the interview, got the job. Whatever happened next, that's a whole nother video. So when looking for a job, you know, I really have learned so much, and I want to just tell you guys, I'll do a series of videos, but when you're looking for a job in this field, stop asking yourself what you can offer them. Listen, the question is, what can they offer you? You're not going to say that during the interview, but keep that in your brain. You know, like for me, I already knew I could do the job at TMZ. That wasn't the issue. The issue was, how was I going to make TMZ work for moi? How was I going to make TMZ work for Celia? Okay, what was I going to do to make it work for me? And honey, I made it work. Okay, like this is what we're going to do. If it don't work for Celia, it don't work. Think like that when you're applying for a job, and you will literally get what you want. You will not feel like you're being used as much. Because trust me, they're going to use you, okay? But you got to use them back, if that makes sense. So that's what happened. And that's what I do. So when you see all these celebrity videos, that is footage from my day-to-day in the field. And of course, some of that stuff is from like previous, like before I worked at TMZ. I have a plethora of content from before. Anywho, yeah, so that's who I am. That's what I do. And if you guys have any other questions or have any other video ideas that you want me to do based on my career path and those who want to break into media, let me know. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this really crazy breakdown of what I do, who I am, and where I work. Ciao. Don't forget to follow or subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what else you want to hear about. And yeah.